weirdos.
Weird science is the revolution. Weird science is the revolution.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Weird Science Comics YouTube channel, where I'm going to be reviewing Justice Society of America #4, written by Geoff Johns, with art by Michael Yanine. While I have enjoyed this JSA book, the delays have kind of killed my overall excitement for it a bit, but I have to admit, loving Stargirl The Lost Children so much, and knowing they're heading into this book in issue #6 did pump me up a bit, until I sat and thought about it a little more. I mentioned in my review for the Lost Children finale that I was worried that when the kids do show up here, they might get lost in the shuffle because there's so many things going on and so many characters. Thinking about it a little more this week, I actually started getting worried that them showing up might end up slowing down this book, which really, really needs to pick things up and get going. And all this does, and really what this proves overall, is I am indeed a worrywart that my wife tells me all the time. And then after reading this issue, I am going to have to trust Geoff Johns, because we get glimpses of some things that are going to come up, and they look pretty damn cool. So let's get into this right after I ask everyone to subscribe to the channel, like the video, enable notifications, and let me know what you thought of Justice Society of America #4 in the comments below. The issue opens in the shop of Madame Xanadu, where Detective Chimp and Deadman, the JLD, they brought that snow globe here looking for some answers. In Geoff Johns' fashion, though, we actually get more questions, some premonitions, but some of them point to things we already know will happen. Jay Garrick and Judy Garrick meeting. We'll even have something that comes up later in the issue that has to do with Eclipso, but also we find out things that I never ever want to have happen, and it's because I am a big fan of Salem the Witch Girl. She is my favorite lost child, and it looks like she might be a little more sus than I would love to think. But after this scene, it's obvious that Geoff Johns realizes his delays might have caused some people to forget some things. So we do get a bit of recap from Helena Wayne Huntress that then leads into yet another fight with Perdegaton. Now, while I was afraid that we were just going to see another massacre, Helena shows she is indeed Batman's daughter, and quickly figures out that because she isn't supposed to be there, Perdegaton has no idea what she is going to do, and then from that surmises that the reason why he always takes out Dr. Fate first in these massacres is because the Helm of Fate is blocking him the same way. Perdegaton doesn't know what Dr. Fate's going to do, so he always takes out Dr. Fate first, but this ends up becoming the first bit of a game plan that we can have against Perdegaton. And I'm telling you right now, I'll admit it, I didn't realize how invested I was in this book. And that's a lot from the delays, I think, but also how much I really like Helena until she shot off Perdegaton's finger and then also rallied and inspired Khalid to step things up. It was awesome. Of course, though, you end up, Perdegaton does get away. We still have 8 issues left in this maxi series. So while I was like, come on, just take him down right now, I understand. He gets away, but when he does go off, he meets up with his older self. And we actually see there are consequences to all of this stuff happening, even for Perdegaton. Now, as an aside, after this scene, boy, I am hoping that when the Lost Children show up, they are an amalgam that Perdegaton won't see coming. And I would just love to see those kids kick the crap out of Perdegaton when they do arrive. After a brief scene between Huntress and Power Girl, which is nice, it's ominous, it's kind of sad, but also shows that Huntress realizes, you're not really supposed to mess with things that are going to happen. You're not supposed to let people know that, they're going to die. We get a bit with Dr. Midnight Beth Chapel and Yolanda Montez Wildcat. Again, another scene I really like, but it also shows that one of those earlier premonitions, spoiler here, it's the one with Eclipso, is very personal. And I do agree with Beth that Yolanda better let everyone know what is going on with her before it is too late. you're going to run out of those Lazarus pills, Yolanda. You better get some help. Now, the issue ends with the JLD meeting up with the JSA to figure out how they can stop Prodegaton, because he is not only trying to just erase the JSAs from history, he also seems to want to replace them with his own team. And we know it's just going to be a sus team. And oh yeah, Huntress, she disobeys everything she was told to go to Gotham to see him, maybe possibly try to save her father. That's a problem. So this is one of those issues that I'm telling you right now, I liked more and more every time I've read it. I've read it 3 times now. Each time I've read it thinking of a score, my score has gone up. However, while part of me loves everything Geoff Johns is throwing at us, the sensible, or you might say the miserable part of me is worried that there's just too much going on here. This is something that Geoff Johns does a lot. He really, packs his books with things. I hope that he has the room to really explore all of these things. And maybe that's why we're getting those other books down the line, is because some of this stuff will spill out, like the Jay Garrick and Judy Garrick stuff obviously is going to. So that's kind of a cool deal. But with all that, there's so much going on. And now the Lost Children are going to be in the book soon, which I am fired up for, but I'm just a tad bit worried there's too much going on. But I will go with the happier part of me, and I'll tell you that I really do like this book. And a lot of it is also because of Michael Yaneen's art. It's fantastic as well. And I've already told people to read Stargirl, The Lost Children. And if you did end up reading that and did like it and haven't read this JSA book, I suggest you do that as well. I'm giving Justice Society of America #4 an 8.8 out of 10. Telling you, if I read it again, it's probably up to a 9 at least. And I just hope that Salem the Witch Girl doesn't end up being as bad as they are hinting at. But let me know what you thought of Justice Society of America #4 and all of these books, including Lost Children, all combined in together, what you think might be coming up, all that stuff. Please, I love talking to everybody. I try to, engage with everybody that does have a comment, good or bad. My wife, she just walked by. She told me not to read the bad comments, but I read all the comments and I like to comment back. So everybody, please comment. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel, like it and enable all that stuff. But thanks, everybody. And I will talk to you all later.
You are all weirdos.
Weird science is the revolution. Weird science is the revolution.